Okay, we're going to finally do it. We're going to be talking about 12.4 measures of dispersion. Now, if you're already confused what that means, let me try to give you an idea what a measure of dispersion is. Well, we already talked about measures of center, like mean, median, mode. It kind of gives you an idea of where the center is. But measures of dispersion are a little bit different. It tells you how dispersed the data is, how spread out is the data. Is the data all really similar, or does it vary drastically? So, for instance, let's say I have a data set. Let's say this is my first data set right here, and in my data set I have 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, that's my measure of dispersion for that data set. Is probably really small because all my data is either 1 or 2, and mostly it's just 1. So it's not really spread out. So my measure of dispersion would probably be a very small number. Now, here's another data set. Let's do this one in purple. So this one was a kind of small dispersion. Oh man. And then this new one, let's just say I have 1, and then I have 10, and then I have 100, and then I have 45, and then I have 96. This measure of dispersion is really spread out. Look at there's nothing really close together, and we got 1 and 10 and 100 and 96 and 45. It's all just all over the place. There's no consistency. There's no accuracy for this one. This one have a very large dispersion. Okay, large. And we're going to talk about different types of dispersion. Okay, so our essential question today is how to use measures of dispersion such as range, and variance, and standard deviation. Okay, and what we really wanted to first define is what is variance and standard deviation. Well, variance and standard deviation are measures used to tell you how spread out data is. So these are like numbers that you would say that, you know, what's the dispersion of the 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1 up there, or this variance also does the same thing. It tells you the measures of dispersion, both standard deviation and variance. Now, variance is the average, you might be confused after this, of the square difference from the mean, okay? And I'll go more into that. Just put that down in your notes. It's the average of squaring the difference from the mean. So you find the mean, you subtract the mean from a value, you square that value, you add those up for each value, and you divide it by how many there are, okay? That's what it's saying. Now, the standard deviation is the square root of the variance. So once you find the variance, which is right up here, once you figure out what this is, you just take the square root of it, and then you get the standard deviation. Okay? It's denoted by a specific symbol. It's the sigma symbol. It looks like this, a little sigma symbol. Okay? That's the symbol that you're going to use for standard deviation. So in this next part, we're going to actually figure out how to calculate the variance and the standard deviation using this, using this formula right here, which is probably intimidating, but I'm going to show you how to use that formula or solve something using a formula just like that, but not using the formula at all. Okay.